every year is the same. End of the motorcycle season is near, and I would like to upgrade some of my gear before I pack my motorcycle away for the winter season. I have already done some changes to my luggage system, but I also want to try the new Offroad mount from DMD2, and I need to fix an extra power outlet so I can charge my camera gear on the road. Okay, that works. There is still some time left before winter kicks in, but this time of year can be challenging when it comes to weather. And since we asked our landlord permission to do some upgrades to the house, we need to make the most out of the few days we have left with nice weather. This is a house from the 19th century. It's in really great condition, but like any other building, it needs some love and attention. A splash of paint, changing some rotten boards, and just general maintenance makes all the difference in the world. A house like this is meant to be lived in, heated up and used. If not, it falls apart really fast. When doing some work on the roof, we found some bad stones and some of the woodwork had taken some damage from water. This is something the landlord was aware of and had already made a deal with a carpenter to come and fix the roof. There is only one problem with this kind of work. It takes much more time than you remember. And before you know it, days has become weeks and weeks has become months. There is a time and place for everything. And right now, I'm glad we spent the extra time and effort into making this place more as a home. The first part of the roof is done, and the rest of the roof will be a project for a later time, maybe next year or just after this winter. Living here in the countryside sure has its surprises. The other day we got a new visitor. A cat that came along and was clearly hungry. He decided he wanted to spend some time with us, and is no stranger to people and are really trustworthy. He comes every morning, demands some cuddle, asks for something to eat, and then leave again every night. In the upcoming weeks, the weather is changing fast. There are some leftover weather fronts that is coming in from the ocean, and it will bring a lot of rain and wind here on the coast of Norway. Maybe I'm a bit damaged by my work, but in this season or just before storms like this, I like to be prepared. I fill up some extra water, I recharge my headlamps, I fill up all my power banks and make sure all my tools are in order. I've had a leakage in my chainsaw and it seemed to not stop leaking chain oil. So I have decided to take it apart and check all the small pieces behind the chainsaw, or what the name of it is. I found a video online that showed the 5 most common causes that this particular chainsaw leaks chain oil. So I decided to go through it step by step to make sure I have tried everything I can do before I'm sending it in for service. The chain looks good. see how this looks. Yeah, there's quite a bit of dirt. Coming out there, this valve. I'm not really good at this. This is just some information I found online that the most common mistakes or most common things with this saw, the 261, is within the oil pump or the drain valve on the side here. So I need to investigate that a little bit more, and then I need to fill it up with new oil and new fuel and test ride it. Thankfully, I found the reason for the oil leak. The drain wall for the oil was cluttered, and now everything seems to be as it should. The weather and wind is getting worse. All the TV and radio broadcasts advise people to stay indoors and secure their belongings. The wind hit us from different direction than normal, and because many of the trees still has its leaf, we get some downfalls. And I asked the ground owner permission to clean up some of the mess and keep the wood as firewood for myself. This will secure our firewood stack for the upcoming years, and I get to give something back in gratitude for being lucky enough to live in a place like this. A good chainsaw makes all the difference. It turns hard work into something you actually can enjoy. With a bit of skill and respect for safety, even tough jobs can become something you look forward to. But a chainsaw needs attention. It has to stay dry, well oiled, and razor sharp. It's not the most exciting work, but there's truth in this. Take care of your tools, and they'll take care of you. And before you know it, a couple of months has gone by. It's October now, and we had our first night with frosts, and that is a solid indicator for me to park the bike for good this season. The birds on the feeder does not seem to bother about the cold at all. Me on the other hand, well, living in an old house like this requires a wood stove to keep warm. While we are on the topic of staying warm through winter, I still got a lot of wood left I need to split, move and stack. Ideally, I should have a bigger axe, but this is the only one I got here at the house, so yeah, it will do. It's a little bit more work, but it's still manageable if you have a driver like this and the axe. It just makes the job easier. And especially when it's green wood or wet wood, it's much easier to just take your time. And if it's a big log like this, almost half the size of the axe, I just start to strike in the middle, trying to make cracks from side to side. Sometimes you get lucky, other times you don't, and then I just try to make it crack in different places. And before it goes to the ground, I turn around and I do small chops like that. I'm just gonna check how much moisture there is in firewood. I don't want to stack it now because it's still late in the autumn, soon to be winter, so we just throw it in here. It's quite airy, so the wind will dry out most of it, and then I will move it over to the firewood stack later. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a closer look and see how much moisture is in the wood. Yeah, 39 to 40%.
A bit hard to see.
45%. 42%, so approximately 40% moisture in the wood, and I want to have it down to maybe 13 before I burn it. But it can dry here for a couple of months before I take it into the other shed. So maybe this fall didn't turn out quite as we planned, but that's okay. It gives us more time to dive into the content from our last trip up north, to revisit those moments and share more behind-the-scenes stories with our members and patrons.
This is a good example. I vlog, so I will take up my camera and I will talk to the camera.
And that makes me so uncomfortable. I cannot begin to describe.
That's the first thing, like how
it is.
uncomfortable he gets when I pull off the camera. If there's people around, for example,
And then
to start.
It also gives us time to slow down a bit, to reflect on the year that has been, all the places we've seen, what worked, what we want to do more of, and what kind of adventures lie ahead. Traveling by motorcycle has always been our favorite way to explore, but maybe it's time to try a few different kinds of adventures too. Whatever comes next, I'm sure it will bring new experiences and a few really good stories to tell. We try to catch our own food at least once a month, usually cod or trout. We buy our eggs from a local farmer, we grow some of our own vegetables, and we trade time and skills for local meat. Whenever there's work to be done in the community, we try to help out. And it always surprises me how much you get back just by giving something away for free. Maybe nothing lasts forever, but you can sure as hell take good care of what you got. Try it, and see how it can change your life for the better.
What? Did you get a fish?
Yes, but then I was gonna wait for you to film it. It is gone. What would you do for YouTube, huh?